Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on European Confessions. The following story that you're going to be listening to, it comes from a translation of a message that I received, and the message, it reads like this. Hello, Brother Nashi, how are you? Can you please post my story as anonymous? I am a South African woman and I stay in Polokwane, and I have come here with my own story and I need assistance. I am a woman that came from Venda and I started staying in Polokwane, and I am thinking of returning back home because it has been a long time ever since I left Venda, and the reason as to why I left home, it was because I was an orphan and I was being abused by my uncle, so I had to run away. And then I came and I started working in Polokwane. I was only aged 20 by then. So at the place where I was working, there was this other man that was our driver. This man, he was from Malawi. He had been in South Africa for a long time. He was married. I don't know if I can say that it was marriage, because he had not yet paid any bride price for the woman that he was staying with. He was staying in a location that is called Seshego, and I was staying in Nirvana. So this man, I started to feel sorry for him, because most of the times, like, he was always wearing these cheap clothes, yet he was the one that was getting paid a lot of money since he used to drive a big truck. So I then started to wonder, why is it that he was the one that was earning a lot of money? Even the phone that he was using, it was so sad. And one day I just asked him, when we were busy unpacking some things in the warehouse where I was working, and I asked him, why is it that he was wearing cheap clothes at all the time? He was always eating things that are so funny. There was this day that I saw him, he was eating pap and butternut, and I was like, with all the money that you are making, are you sending all that money to your country in Malawi? And then he said, no, I actually have a family here in South Africa. He then told me that he had been building a house for his wife in Seshego, and the wife, she did not appreciate him, and they were always fighting. Sometimes he has to sleep outside because the woman will be drunk and she will be saying a lot of stuff. So I started to feel sorry for him. We started talking together until one day, because he actually had a car, he then took me to the place where I was renting in Nirvana. One thing led to another. I invited him inside, then we slept together. That is how we started dating. So that woman even tried to fight with me, but I did not care. I was madly in love with the Malawian guy, and I was pregnant as well. I realized that I was pregnant 2 months later. I had missed my periods. So now we were like serious with each other. And the man then told me that he had gotten a job. He was now going to work for this other company. Most of the people, they know it, that is called Simi Transport. So he started working. He was working as a truck driver there, and the money that he was making, it was a lot. We then moved from Nirvana. Then we started to stay in the CBD. That was where we were staying, and life was becoming a little bit better. And he said, I want you to find something to do. And I said, I want a salon, even though I had never done it before. Then I found other women that were already doing women's hair in the street, and a barber there, and life was okay. We finally then bought our house in Ivy Park. That is where I am staying right now. This we did after we had gotten married. He then said to me, you know, I've been staying with my wife, the one from Seshego, for a long time. We have kids, but she has refused me to marry him, because I was telling her that once I have an ID, then life can become much more better. That was why he was just waiting for that Indian man instead of upgrading. So then I said, okay, it's fine. We then went to the Home Affairs and we asked, what is it that we were supposed to do? We then got married. After we had gotten married, then his visa came out. We stayed together until he got the permanent residency. Life was beautiful. We had a nice house in Ivy Park where I'm still staying to this very day. The challenge now that I started to face was that he was sick at all the times. And he would always say that I want to go home, but I did not want to go to Malawi, a place that is so far like that. So I told myself that I was an orphan, and God had given me this man even though he was old, much more older than I was, but at least I had a man who was going to take care of me. So then he passed away. When my husband died in the hospital, he died at a hospital there in Seshego. We then buried him. It was only me and a couple of friends of my friends and his friends also that were from Malawi. Those were the only people that were there. Since I did not know any of his relatives, I just informed the previous baby mama about this, and she said that she could not come to the funeral with the kids because she was not in town. So I know that she does not want our children to have a bond. And then that was when my problems started, and I really do not know why is this happening to me, because when my husband died, I never thought that I was going to experience all of this bad luck that I am experiencing right now, because him and we never hurt each other. He told me that I was the one that had made his life to be complete. But I have since gone to this other traditional healer that assisted me, and then that healer said that I did something that is not supposed to be done. I was supposed to look for his relatives so that when I bury him, his relatives, they were supposed to be there. And now he is coming back, because that healer was saying that even if he was your husband, but he does not know this now that he is dead, he is saying, why did you bury me without informing my relatives that you are burying me? And I did not know what else to do, because he used to refuse with any information about where he comes from, his village, where he comes from, because I used to tell him that our children, they need to know when they are all grown up that our father, he came from such a village. So he was like, I do not want my children to know that they are from Malawi and their mother is South African, because he wanted to protect them, because he said that the way that he was being treated as a foreigner, he did not want his children to be treated like that. So he never wanted to give me much information. He just wanted his kids to know that their father was South African. So now I am facing this challenge whereby even if I am in my car, it once happened, I was by the robot waiting for the robot to go green. I felt that there was someone that was sleeping with me, and when I arrived back home, I had to make a U-turn. I could not continue with where I wanted to go to. Then I returned back home, and indeed I saw that there was evidence of sperms that were coming out of my private part, which meant that I had slept with a man. And then the dreams started coming. I see my husband. He comes to me, he sleeps with me, and the moment that he finishes sleeping with me, I wake up, and then I will see that there will be semen that will be coming out of my private part. I have gone everywhere. Now I am tired. I'm even scared that I'll end up being given some charms to become a ritualist, because of the way that I'm desperate. Like, I am that kind of person that is desperate, and I just go around asking people questions like, how can I get these things sorted out? Like what I'm doing right now with you. I don't know you, but I've just approached you because I'm just hoping that you might be able to offer me a solution. I've been sleeping with my dead husband for a very long time. I do not know what is the solution right now. If I knew the solution to my problems, I could have sorted this issue on my own. I really need advice. When you post my story, please tell me. I'll be following through in the comment section. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our dear sister. Strange things indeed, they do happen in this world. Let us try to talk with our dear sister in the comment section. If you are a prophet, you can also write even your phone numbers in the comment section, because she was saying that she wants someone that can assist her. The crime that she's saying that she committed was that she buried her husband without the relatives knowing that their relative has passed away in South Africa, yet he denied her any information as to how she can be able to locate them, just in case. So this is a confession. Let us try to speak with him in the comment section. Then there is another message that was sent to me by one of our dear sister. The message, it reads like this: "Hello, Brother Nashe, how are you? Can you please post my story as hidden identity? I am a woman and I have come here so that I can share with you my own story, and I want people to know that these things, they are happening. I am working as a prostitute. I started working as a prostitute when I was still very young. We used to go to different spots and bar back home in Zim, and that is where I was working as a prostitute from a very young age. And then I came to South Africa. I have been living here in South Africa for a couple of years now, but I do go back home whenever I have the opportunity. I do return back home. So what has brought me here is I want to tell you, especially the women, those that might have men that are into buying prostitutes. If you see your husband that he is someone that is into prostitute, know that it is a big spiritual warfare that you are now involved in, because us as prostitutes, I'm sorry if I am going to mention prostitutes in general, because most of us, we use charms anyway, because the competition, it is very stiff, and it is not easy for a man to go and sleep with a woman that he knows that once I finish with him, she will sleep with another man. It is different from a girlfriend that cheats on you because she will be hiding. But as prostitutes, we can even tell you to get off from on top of me so that I can attend to another customer. So for a man to be able to accept that this is what it is, it will need a man that is under the control of a spirit that will make him to forget that you are a woman that sleeps with any man as long as he has money. So we use a lot of charms. The ritual that I performed it back home. When I had came to South Africa, I saw that there were other women that were making a lot of money, and they did not want to help me to get a sangoma. I then returned back home, and I went to a place in Goromonzi where I spoke with one of my auntie who also used to be a prostitute before she got married. She then went with me to this other white garment prophetess. When we arrived at that white garment prophetess, then the prophetess told me that we were supposed to buy chickens. We bought 3 chickens, white ones, and then we slaughtered them. Guess what? I was told to keep the blood, and then I kept the blood. It was in a small bottle, and I brought that blood that we had drained from the chickens that we had slaughtered back to South Africa, and I waited until I was on my period. And when I was on my period, I was told that in order for me to be a woman that is really tasty in bed and warm inside, so that when a man is sleeping with me, then he can forget about everything, and he can say that this woman, she is the most tasty woman in the entire world. So at that time, when I returned back to South Africa, I waited for my periods to come, and after my period it came, I will then take a cloth and I will put it. Then later on, when the cloth will be heavy with blood, I will take it and then I will wash it in water that did not have soap, and then I will take that water and mix it with that chicken blood. That is what I drank for the 5 days when I was on my period. I will drink it, as well as I would even cook with it. This is what I used to do until I was done with that ritual. When I was done with the rituals, brother, then I started to sleep with a lot of women, and these women that I was sleeping with, even though I am a woman, I used to get them in different lesbian groups, and I am not a lesbian, but I would sleep with them so that I can be able to complete the ritual, because I was told that I had to sleep with women. There was actually one woman who did me so good, so much that from that day to this very day, I am addicted to having a woman sleep with me using a toy, like the way that it makes me to feel so satisfied, like no man can be able to get me to that point. But it is a story for another day. But what has brought me here is that I just want to tell, especially women, as for men, they don't care. Even if you tell a man that, do you know that there are ladies, those ladies that are like me, that use charms? Do you know that it is possible for you as a man to be bewitched by the prostitute that you will be in love with, and that prostitute will bewitch you such that you will be working for him? A man does not care. A man can even tell you that I really want you to use charms on me. There was one such man that once told me to use charms on him so that he can love me even more than the way that he was in love with me. But I have come here to speak with women, especially if you see your husband being into all of these prostitutes, then know that for you it is game over. It is a big spiritual battle that you will find it to be very hard for you and your husband to do things together anymore if your husband is into prostitutes. But this is my story. When you post my story, please tell me. I will follow in the comment section. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our dear sister. Strange things indeed they do happen in this world. Let us try to speak with our dear sister in the comment section. She is giving us a warning right there. She is saying that you need to be very careful, especially if it happens that your man is into sleeping with prostitutes, because she's saying that as prostitutes we use a lot of charms. Do you believe it or not? You can tell me what you think in the comment section. Let us meet again in the following episode.